I'm Bubba Jenkins, and I fight out at Coconut Creek at American Top Team.
Chris Gomez, I'm fighting out of Chino, California.
I think he's a Muay Thai kickboxer type of guy, and I have plenty of plans on just being who I am and just wrestling my way into good positions and using a lot of hands and things like that to confuse them and working that route. I really don't plan to kickbox a kickboxer. You don't really do that. So.
Just planning on taking this fight wherever it comes. You know, we got a little bag of tricks and like to, show them what's up with that bag of tricks. Growing up in the past 2 years of my layoff and not fighting, and I believe I've become to be a little bit more exciting, and they're gonna remember the name Go Gomez.
Chris Gomez, 2-3, fighting out of Chino, California. 2 of his wins, or all of his wins, come by way of submission. He's going to have to try to catch Bubba Jenkins in a submission tonight and submit a 2011 National Wrestling Champion. He fights at a Millennium Fight Team. Javier, again, a fight team that you're very familiar with. Did you ever have a chance to work with Chris Gomez?
I worked with Chris Gomez. He's a well-rounded fighter. I'd say he's equal standing as he is on the ground, but I'm not exactly sure what the game plan is going to be for this fight. I spoke with him earlier, ran into him here at the hotel, and he seems very confident, ready to shock the world. I'm not exactly sure how he plans on doing that, but I'm really interested to see how he can do it.
Write up an impromptu game plan for Chris Gomez. What does he have to do to stop the American Top Team product?
Well, he has to have offense. One of the problems that we see so often in potential upset scenarios, whether it's March Madness in basketball or it's MMA also in the month of March right now, also often we see guys who are the underdog come in and they're scared, they're tentative. Look at a recent recent Strike Force fight. Bristol Moonday comes in and short notice fights Jacare Souza. He doesn't really have anything he can do stylistically, so he just backs up and does nothing. The fact is, when you look at the kinds of entities in sports that create upsets, they're people that normally throw caution to the wind. It's someone who catches someone off guard. That's why, going back to the basketball analogy, when you see upsets happen in college basketball, a #1 seed gets knocked off by an upstart team, it's always a hot shooting team that are throwing the ball up and having to go through the hoops, or it's a team that works an unusual strategy, full court press, or works a certain kind of zone. It's a different kind of strategy that throws someone off guard. So if Chris Gomez comes in here and just tries to jab, circle around, he's either going to get power double or smashed in the face. He can't just try to figure out Bubba Jenkins. He either has to go and attack, or if he is going to be more conservative, at least have a sense of, I want to go for a guillotine, I want to swing for a leg lock, I want to throw this combo. There needs to be some sense of the actual offense that you want to land to actually make an upset happen.
Well, not just that, he's got to figure out a way to finish the fight. I don't see him winning a decision against Bubba Jenkins. Bubba Jenkins has the wrestling ace up his sleeve, and even if he hurts Bubba Jenkins, does he have the artillery to put him away? That is the only way I see him winning this fight, is by putting Bubba Jenkins away.
The former Sun Devil makes his way to the TPF cage for his second pro mixed martial arts fight. And we were talking about teams earlier. Bubba Jenkins in a fantastic team, an American Top Team. You had a chance to sit down with Ricardo Laborio. Talk about how important it is to have a man like Ricardo in your corner. Laborio, as the ATT guys will call him, Lebo, is really one of the best trainers in all of mixed martial arts.
He has evolved with the sport. He is a student of the sport, and he has evolved as a trainer, a tremendous Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, a black belt that guys like me look up to and look to him for coaching. So just a tremendous coach and a very astute mixed martial arts coach. He's evolved with the game, and he understands every facet, and right now he has got a diamond in the rough right now with Bubba Jenkins, and I tell you what, he is extremely excited at the possibility of shaping this athlete, this young man, into a world champion.
It says a ton that Ricardo Laborio is here for a ATT guy's second fight in Lemoore, California. I mean, the size of ATT, the way in which it works, really, if anything, Ricardo Laborio is like the leader of an army, and he sends his field generals out to all these events. The fact that he's here in Lemoore, California for Tattoo Palace Fight 12 suggests how deeply he sees potential in Bubba Jenkins and how important it is to groom him the right way and turn him into an
Bubba Jenkins is his project. He is molding him into the fighter that he wants him. And like I said, who better in the world, seriously, to mold a guy than Ricardo Laborio?
There's a tail of the tape. Both men stand 5 foot 8 inches tall. They both weighed in at 135 pounds. Age 23 to 25. Let's go up to Joe Martinez and get our official introductions.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This matchup, 3 rounds scheduled in the lightweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, a wrestler standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in 154.5 pounds. He brings a professional record, 2 victories and 3 defeats. He fights out of Chino, California. Here is Chris Go-Go Gomez. And next, his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. Also a wrestler standing 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in 156 pounds even. He steps into the cage tonight for the 2nd time as a professional, looking to add on to his perfect professional record. Fighting out of Hollywood, Florida, he is the 2011 NCAA Wrestling National Champion. Here is the undefeated Jesse Bubba Jenkins. Referee in charge of the action, Marcos Rosales.
Marcos Rosales getting this lightweight tilt assignment. Talked about Ricardo Laborio in the corner of Bubba Jenkins, also UFC featherweight contender Cole Miller, here to support his ATT brethren.
He was here to support his actual Miller brother here as well. Unfortunately, that not working as we discussed earlier.
Touch of gloves, we are underway in the TPF lightweight division. So Bubba take the center of the cage.
Ooh, good knee.
But to the floor, this can't be good for Chris Gomez.
That knee pick there was almost in slow motion. You just see how easy it is for Bubba Jenkins to deal with an average MMA fighter.
Good right hand over the top.
We see Bubba trying to get things done early with the strikes. He's not a typical. Oh, we're getting a break here.
Good refereeing by Marcos Rosales. He saw that Bubba Jenkins grabbed the fence in an attempt to get that clinch takedown. Even though I criticized him earlier for towering over Anthony Avila and trying to get him to start early. Good refereeing by Marcos Rosales.
Beautiful. He stepped in, switched his stance, threw the right hand, and went right into the takedown. Beautiful combination.
Look how deep Bubba Jenkins got into that half guard immediately looking to pass.
Chris Gomez is doing a good job of putting his back up against the fence, looking to stand up. Bubba Jenkins, he's throwing some really hard strikes from the top.
Bubba Jenkins is really good at isolating the head of his opponent and delivering actual power shots on the ground.
Yeah, he's generating a tremendous amount of power with his right hand on the ground.
Like he's basically just punching Chris Gomez with full punches.
Gomez trying to get an up kick there, but Bubba...
He's drilling him with that right hand.
Gomez still cognitive and aware, still defending himself.
Beautiful. Ate it right off the back of his... Bubba Jenkins changed the angle and actually absorbed the kick beautifully.
Bubba definitely
the accuracy of Bubba Jenkins on the ground is incredible, and this is how he finished off Josh Williams. This is done. He's not going to miss, and he's just going to keep punching him in the head until this is over.
And look at the patience of Bubba Jenkins as well.
His hips are high, probably needs to base down a bit so he doesn't slip off, but the accuracy on the ground of Bubba Jenkins, it's what stands out. It's what makes him look like a natural at this game.
Yeah, he's so patient. He's not rushing position. He's taking his time. I mean, he looks like a pro. This does not look like a fighter with
You're noticing here, punching under the arm, something that you should look for in a prospect. Cain Velasquez, perfect example. If you see a guy who can get the back,
finish him right here.
Using a half Nelson to get to the rear naked choke position, you see how naturally he gets the jiu-jitsu with his wrestling.
It's over.
It's all done. Excellent work by Bubba Jenkins, and excellent in the sense that we saw him work again. It wasn't a quick 40-second takedown, punch him out. We saw really good evolution of Bubba Jenkins.
And we saw more of Bubba Jenkins' trademark crassness and brashness as he got right up in the face of Batiste Mansouri and the guys from Millennium MMA, giving him a little roundup with his arm.
Bubba Jenkins victorious early, first round stoppage here. And talk us through the choke here.
Yeah, he got on. He didn't look like it was 100% under his chin, but it doesn't really matter sometimes. Sometimes, even though it's the forearm is not under the chin, it still creates enough pressure to get the choke, which is exactly what he did. But Bubba Jenkins seems to be intrigued with jiu-jitsu and submissions, and you can definitely tell he's working on it.
Bubba Jenkins proudly supporting that American Top Team flag, showing that he is victorious. We're going to go up to Joe Martinez for our official time of the stoppage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes 2 minutes, 7 seconds, round number 1, submission by rear naked choke. Your winner and still undefeated, Jesse Bubba Jenkins.
Bubba Jenkins again victorious, his second pro fight here at Tachi, but he is not exclusive here and signed a long-term deal with another promotion. So Bubba's going to get a lot of work here in 2012.
He has signed a multi-fight deal with the Resurrection Fighting Alliance, March 30th, right back here on Sherlock.com. You can see a stream headlined by Houston Alexander taking on Gilbert Ivel in his light heavyweight debut. And even though he might not end up on that card, although he did escape this fight unscathed, Bubba Jenkins does plan to get some action a bit closer to home, a bit closer to the East Coast, since, I mean, this is as as cross country as you can get for him to, get his first 2 MMA fights under his belt.
Are we seeing a UFC fighter in the making, Javi?
There's no question. His poise and confidence was incredible, and the way he flowed from striking to grappling is just sensational. I mean, after 2 fights, it's just unbelievable that this guy is that calm and that confident.
That's the other thing that's incredible is normally if you were to say this guy's a great ground and pounder, he's beating guys up on top like this, you'd think that he was this wild child just smashing. And when you look at how controlled Bubba Jenkins is, loading up on power strikes, it's incredible.
It's not the accuracy, it's the energy efficiency at which he does it. Every punch he throws,
no wasted motion.
Nothing is wasted. Everything he did was for a specific reason, which is outstanding.
And even though he's not facing great opposition, it'd be easy. Lots of guys get to 2-0, finish some guys off, big deal. What's impressive about Bubba Jenkins, though, sometimes it's not how good the pitcher is, it's how sweet your swing is. And he does all the little things right so far in his first 2 MMA outings, as short as they might have been. Truly a prospect to keep your eye on, regardless of where you think he might end up in mixed martial arts. Because even if you don't think he's going to be a UFC champion, I find it hard to believe he's not going to be in their lightweight division.
If he's not a UFC champion, he will be a contender for sure.